Cascade Components Nomad LT link. I dig it. Cascade Components Nomad LT link. Pick one up. Nomad LT link by Cascade Components. Ever since I put one on my bike, got plenty of these around. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to part 2 of our Cascade Components Nomad LT link video. I've been on this setup for about a month now, so we're gonna go over some first ride impressions and then some finer details about how I felt about the link, how I changed the setup on my bike, in my opinion, pretty drastically, and a few other small things here and there. Now, first I'll address the fact that I don't have a Fox 40 on the front of my bike anymore. I'll go into that a little bit more later. Now, if the Cascade link is too much of a jump in aggressivity for you, you can always run the bike in the low setting and you can run a coil shock. And then if you really want to step it up, you can go to the Nomad LT link. Now, in my opinion, this is my favorite upgrade that I've done to this bike. It adds to the small bump sensitivity, helps with traction, helps with everything, just to ride a little bit more confidently in an area like San Luis Obispo. It's very rocky here. There's not a lot of traction year round, and the trails are pretty rough. So a few finer details to consider when you're installing this link are gonna be the change in spring rate. If you have an air shock, that's easy, all you need is a shock pump. But since I'm running a coil shock, RockShox only makes 50-pound increments. I was kind of between a rock and a hard place. Now with the stock setup, I typically run a 450. It's a little soft, but I like it like that for this area. It seems to work for me. With the increased small bump sensitivity on the Cascade link, I jumped up to a 500. And initially, I didn't like it. I thought it rode too high. But after a few rides, I really realized that it's the way to go. And after looking at their website, Cascade actually recommends that you jump up a spring rate. And looking at their chart, the 500 seemed to be spot on for me. With that increased spring rate, the bike rides a little bit higher. But with the link, you still get that small bump sensitivity. With a more progressive rear end, I seem to bottom out quite a bit less. The bike's just a lot more composed in rough, fast stuff, which I'm sure has to do with the altered kinematics, but also the longer rear end. So the last thing I'm gonna touch on before the comment section explodes is the fact that I'm not running a 40 on the front of my bike anymore. Halfway through the test, I flatted in the front, had to throw on a new front tire because the tire was destroyed, and all I had in my garage was a double down casing. And jumping up from the Exo casing to the double down with the link, with the 40, all that good stuff, it just tipped the scales in favor of going back to the single crown. The weight just became too much. It was a little bit too cumbersome to pedal all day since this is my primary bike. So to wrap things up and kind of put it simply, the guy, I think, it's only one guy over at Cascade Components, he's an engineer. He's not a marketing guy. So in my opinion, everything that he claims this will do, it does. There's no marketing BS, no jargon, anything like that. I'm truly impressed with this product. Obviously, we got it for free to test and give a good review, but I would gladly spend the money on this thing if I had a Nomad, a Bronson, and the Mega Tower LT link that is coming soon. Thanks for watching and following this little 2-part series we had on the Nomad LT link. Don't forget to keep an eye on our YouTube channel for future videos. Be sure to check out our Instagram and Cascade Components Instagram. Check out their website. Thanks for watching.